Peeps, I'm back again, it seems. uh, so I went on Instagram and I made a post telling people that I am gonna drop my top 5 favorite local strains. And let me tell you what that means. Number one, local strains means that there's at least one vendor right here in the metro. So I'm not including people like Cookies and Gas House and all of them. Even though I know Gas House is actually from here, but technically they based out of Cali. So, well, can't really look at it like that because hell, most of them based out of Cali realistically. But at the same time, they are already a legal grow, so I don't really feel like it's fair to pit them against everybody else. With that said, it's a top 5, but it's also not in a particular order, because all of these strings are great strings. What did it take to make my list? What were the qualifications? Well, number one, had to have minimum a decent THC level. Now, and I say that because realistically, all exotics are not 35%. Some of them are 22, 23, 24, 25%. Can't really not include them because of that. So also terp profile. Also how well the flower was cured. What else? Quality of the flower. The high. So on and so forth. Like this, this goes beyond just what gets you the highest. I mean, that's what I feel like individual reviews are for, but this is not that. So I came up with 5 that are definitely some of my favorites. Now, let me preface this by saying, because I already know how this is gonna go. It's gonna be somebody either that I have not tried yet, or somebody that I've tried and I've only tried, one of these strains, versus I haven't tried all of these strains or their best strain, because I already know it's gonna be, well, you should try this, you should try that, and that's fine. But I'm just saying, for now, this list is about the strains on this list. So, with that said, let's just have a conversation while I roll this blunt. Now, I already told y'all on the last video exactly how I feel about cigarillos, but I also told y'all that these joints, if you one of the people that you on a budget, you don't have, you know, well, I'm not gonna say you don't have access because you could have access, but if you're on a budget and you know that you need to make your supply stretch, you're gonna have to leave the leaves alone, the backwoods and all of that, because you can't roll that without putting a decent amount of flour in there. It's pointless. So, of course, your stash is gonna disappear a lot quicker when you rolling like that. It's just what it is, and that's why I bought these, because I just gotten ridiculous with my tolerance. But anyway, the list, and clearly I have to already be high because I already broke one down and I just took another one out. Either that or somebody is trying to tell me that you gonna smoke two anyway, so stop fooling yourself and just go ahead and roll both now so you won't have to do it later. But I'm stubborn. I don't want to do that. So let's talk this. Now again, just top 5 favorite for me currently. No particular order. First one, I just have to be real and say the El Presidente by Humboldt County Growers. They call it Indoor Boutique Flower. And if you watch the review on that I did, then you don't really need to ask questions about why I feel the way I do. So you may want to jump ahead to the next one, but if you want to hear why I listed the El Presidente first, I'm gonna tell you why. Number one, THC level, nice. You could tell it was higher than average, but with that said, it still was not an overpowering high either way, be it sativa or indica, neither one. Like it just sat right in the middle, and I loved it because I was able to be productive. From sun up to sundown, like on that El Presidente, I was like, it did not slow me down, make me groggy, paranoid, or anything, but it was strong. The terp profile was beautiful. The buds were beautiful. It was just one that you could tell everything came together right on that strain, and the payoff is worth it. You know what I mean? So kudos to them for that. And I was able to confirm that it, straight from the grower, that it was legit. So no question marks, none of that. So there's that. And as you can tell, like, the weather here it's storming right now, so kind of turned the AC unit off, considering it's newly replaced and don't want to get it hit by lightning again. So I got this fan on, but I'm also upstairs, so if you know heat in Atlanta during the spring and summer, you know that it's baking in here right now. Thus, you see me sweating like a fool. So I have to pull out the fat boy towel. Look at that. If you're a big boy, you're a big dude, you gotta go ahead and be real with yourself. Get you a big boy towel, keep it with you all the time. So, yeah, anyway. Um, like I said, man, the El Presidente, it just stacks up well, and on every level, there was nothing bad that I could find about that strain. So, and currently there is only one person around here that you can find it. So, if it didn't come from him, it ain't legit. So, moving on. Um, and I'm triggered because I hate being hot. I hate sweating, which is why I shave my head. But another heavy hitter for me in that list would be the Black Pazookies. Now, Pazookies was actually my introduction back to, or I guess you could say my initial introduction for getting loud, as many call it, or exotic, or whatever else, because I had taken a 10-year hiatus from smoking weed because I was concerned about being the perfect company man for these companies that, turn right around and bailed on us as soon as COVID came because we were looked at as expendable. You know what I mean? So, I met one of their reps, and I met her some years back. Like when I initially met her, I don't know if she was affiliated with them at that time or not, but at that time I was just, dealing with her, just edibles. And so she was actually the one that introduced me to the whole um, the whole underground scene here with the events and all of that, because it was right under my nose, but I never knew about it, and that's the way it's supposed to be. But if you know them, if you've gotten anything from them, then you already know when it comes to quality. Um, Overall, here as a vendor, like from top to bottom, they simply do not have bad strains. They do not have bad flour. Everything that I've gotten from them was legit. They do not do booth bags. They don't do none of that. If you get it from Pazookies, it's for real. And they have their own strains as well. If you've seen, well, I ain't gonna talk about that, but long story short, they name pretty much speak for itself around here when it comes to flour. From top to bottom, I don't think I've encountered a local vendor here that I can honestly say I've been able to get more good and or legit flour from other than outside of them. They were number one by far because everything they put out is good quality, is cured right, is and most importantly, one thing that a lot of people really need to put more emphasis on is it's trimmed right. I know a lot of people are doing machine trimming now, and I don't have no issue with that. But I don't know. Sometimes I don't know if it's cheap machines or what, but sometimes the machine trim just make the bud look not so great. And it's little things like that though that get you put on the list where somebody's saying you the top. I mean, they have quite a few strings that easily could have made this list, but you know we ain't gonna do it like that. So, um, so you got the Black Pazookies. I have a feeling there's another one that they have that uh, I was literally right on the verge of putting them in at number 5 for that one too. But let's go around though. It is, if that's what it is, that's what it is. So after that, I would have to say the Snickerdoodles from Chief. Terp wise, that strain may be one of the best tasting that I've had. It was definitely straight up, real exotic. From the THC level to the terps to even just the look of the flower, the trim on the flower, so on and so forth. Um, Really one of the best that you can get around here. Definitely one of the best that I've had. Um, I don't know if he still. I don't know if he still carries that one or not. But if you run into it, definitely, definitely worth the try. Snickerdoodles. Now, from there it got kind of competitive, but I just couldn't leave these dudes off. So the next up, ran into these dudes at an event, rest in peace events. But yeah, if you know, you know. But anyway, um, I walked past them a couple times. I knew who they was, but it just like seeing all of the advertising online on IG and whatnot. I figured that they stuff was gonna be real extremely priced. So I ain't never just asked. I would always see them and be like, well, I know they gonna be high, so I'm gonna just go on over here in the budget section. But just so happens, I stopped, had a conversation with them, um, and I loved. First of all, the quality of the flower, um, and the fact that it was legit exotic for the price that I got it for. I was actually beyond impressed because I was assuming that it was gonna be, exactly the other way, like up the price scale, but it was actually quite the opposite, and y'all know me. If you watch my videos, I try not to give prices because it changes from day to day. But realistically, I got a 7 for 120 from them, and that was for the quality of the flour. You can't beat that right now. I mean, not if you're not in a legal state, you can't beat that. Um, so Shark Lotto, if you've seen it, you know what I mean. Definitely, if you've been on my IG, you've seen it. Um, that's the name of the brand, and the name of the strain is Silver Shark. Now, what was most impressive about it is, well, number one, the taste, the profile was very nice. Smooth smoke, no burn. Probably one of the most smooth smoking bud flowers that I've ever had. Um, just everything about it was great. Like I actually need to get some more of that, and I kind of was going back and forth because I've had the Supreme Shark too, and that one was foolish. And I mean, realistically, you could fit that one in here just as easily as the Silver Shark. But you know, that's just my preference. Like I loved everything about that flower, from the taste to just the cure. Even the trim on it was perfection. And like when you can get it like that on the street, you know what I mean? And even the bags were sealed, so you know that they haven't been tampered with. So stuff like that matters. Like um, people that do that type of thing, that go that extra mile, there are definitely a lot of people that notice that. And then you have a lot of people that, as women shoppers especially, that are super germaphobes. So when they see dudes on IG or wherever else dipping your naked hand in the bag and playing with the buds uh for videos or whatnot, a lot of people don't like that. I'll have people sometimes when I post videos that'll send me a DM and be like, "Well, why they don't have no gloves on?" And I try to start telling people that, people notice that. A lot of people do not want your naked hands on their flower, because think about it. In a sense, we look at it as just like medication. Would you want the pharmacist filling up your bottle naked with her naked fingers? So it's a valid complaint. But anyway, Shark Lotto, Silver Shark, definitely in my top five. So after that, uh, it got kind of hard because there was only one spot left, but I had two strains that I really, really wanted to, or that I really felt like should be on this list. So the fifth spot, I actually decided to split and put two people there. I know it's a cop out, but you know, it's deserved. It's deserved. You know what I mean? So, um, split for number five, we have um Mr. Bud Rich. Now, this this was actually the first person that I encountered when I first started going to pop-ups. And I went in there and I was paranoid. I didn't know what the fuck to expect, or none of that. I was just walking around like a chicken with my head cut out, because there was so many vendors, with so much different stuff. It's like, what do I don't know what to get. Like, and everybody wants you to stop and talk at their table. It's intimidating. It was real intimidating. So just so happened, I stopped. I talked to this cat. He actually broke down. Um, this is extreme. It has this, it's cross this, and this. So on this THC, so on and so forth. So basically, he gave me a comfort level in, in the fact that he knew what he was talking about, and he was confident in his product. Because he was basically like, I put what I got up against anybody in here, and with him being one of the smaller vendors at that time, it was like, okay, so I'm gonna give him a shot, because that was like my thing when I first started. Like, after a couple of pop-ups, I would go in and I would see, all the people, the shoppers would gravitate towards the same few vendors. So I was like, I see a lot of these people in here that have put in a lot of work. And they got the same professional looking setup as some of these other people, but nobody's even stopping showing them love, checking out their table. So that was my angle. So I was like, okay, so I'm gonna start with the small people, see what they talking about. They may be more willing to do business, somewhere down the line. So that's why, you know, how I got cool with him. And the first thing that I got from him, I still remember, it was that blue gelati. And ever since then, like, everything that I've tried, everything, that there has not been a bad batch of anything. But there was one that stood out more than anything else to me, and that was the Valone, or Vlone, or however you say it, VLONE Runts from Bud Rich. That was I mean, if you know Runts, then I mean, you kind of know um, the potency, the THC level, the now I'm talking real Runts. You know what I mean? The terp profile was everything was nice about it, and it was probably one of the harder hitting flowers that I've smoked since I started back smoking again. I mean, that thing was, it was really, really yeah, but at the same time, it still held its own with the terp profile, uh, the quality, the trim. I mean, it sits right there at the top, along with all the rest of them. It was some heat. Um, like, at the end of the day, I go to Bud Rich and I don't worry about, no. It don't matter what's on the bag. Um, I just know whatever I get is gonna be some flames. It's gonna be some heat. He has, out of all the bags that I have up there on my wall of fame. One, two, three, four, five of them are his, and every single one of them was smoking. It's just that Valone though was next level. And last but certainly not least, uh, this one kind of came out of nowhere for me a few weeks ago. Actually, dude hit me up in a DM, said he got something that he wanted to have reviewed. So linked up with him, checked it out. He gave me two samples. The first one was the Astro White, which was smoking, but the next one, the BWO Blue World Order, that was just a next level quality smoke. So that last spot, I have to give it to Dank Elise. Now this young cat, a lot of people, ain't paying him no attention. Meanwhile, he in the cut, in the back, just chilling, doing his thing. He's also smart enough to use Discord, like I've been trying to tell y'all. And you notice he don't have all them issues that y'all have on Instagram. Pay attention. So bud quality, great. Turp profile. Blue. All I can say is blueberry. Now, because well, if you watch the videos, I'm quick to tell you when people be like, "Oh, this tastes like pineapple or blueberry or strawberry or whatever else." Typically I'm the one to be like, "Nah, I mean, I just taste weed." You know what I mean? I don't get all that. This tastes like cherries fresh out of the basket. I don't ever get that. So, but this one definitely did have a pronounced blueberry type taste. I mean, it is what it is. But he's a smaller vendor, but not too small. But you know, quality A1. Both strains that I got from him was some flames, but like I said, the BWO, it was just better in my opinion. But again, with anything on that list, man, you can't go wrong. And I mean, truth be told, a week from now, 2 weeks from now, a month from now, this list could be totally different. You know what I'm saying? Based on other things that I've tried, because I'm not gonna act like I've tried every vendor or even half or even a third of the vendors. I know it's a ton of y'all out there, but at the end of the day, what are you smoking like? You know what I'm saying? So if you do feel like you got the kind of quality that can put you up on this list, hey, you know where to find me. So with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and end this, because when I say that Lightning is out there acting a fool right now, I'm gonna set this guy down. And but yeah, man, that's how I feel. I wouldn't put any of those above any of the others in that top five, because it just depends on how I feel that particular day, or in general. I could just as easily, like I said, a month from now, prefer something different. But for now, you know if I had a choice out of everything that I'm familiar with, and I only had 5 options to choose from, that's the direction I would go. So, yeah, that's just what it is. So, go ahead and subscribe, hit the notification, man. So give me a little bit of motivation to keep making these joints, and I will. You know. So be blessed. Now, if you in the A, which I'm guessing most of y'all probably are, be safe, because this weather is fooling out here tonight. Peace, love, and chicken grease.